Welcome to Bay Rats and Buoys with your host, Captain Gaige.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bay Rats and Buoys. I'm your host, Captain Gaige. This is episode number 22, brought to you in part by Cito Huntington. Are you a member? Visit Cito.com to join today. And the Fisherman Magazine, my favorite fishing magazine to get in the mail. I absolutely love when my subscription shows up. Also, Clicks Fueling. Visit clicksfueling.com. And don't spill gas at the fuel dock anymore. Guys, what is up? I can't believe it's just 33 days away from opening day for striped bass, and I got great news for everybody and anybody that watches this video. It's official. I mentioned it in last week's episode, a couple of little tidbits about it, but it is going down, and it is official as of right now. I'm about to put the webpage up and make it live. I'm just waiting on a few little tweaks here and there for the logo and a few other things that were just getting worked out in the last day or two. But Bay Rats and Buoys is hosting our first annual Striped Bass Invitational, and it's going down on Sunday, June 22nd, 2025, so I can't wait for that tournament. And I got great news and a lot of great stuff to tell you about that tournament, but I'm going to release that information and all the details to it in a separate video and just break that news to everybody that listens to the podcast. You guys are going to get some breaking news here on the podcast all the time. You're going to be the first. If you listen to the podcast, you're going to be the first to hear it. So tune in every week, and I will definitely be breaking some news to you each and every week right here on the podcast. But we're super excited for the Bay Rats and Buoys first annual Striped Bass Invitational going down in June 22nd. Can't wait. That's the week after Father's Day, by the way, and that is going to be some epic event. I mean, we started out, we were going to make something small, and already the sponsors and the people that we have on board, wait till I tell you about it in the video, it is going to blow up and blow up quickly. I love it. And as soon as it goes live, trust me, all you Bay Rats and Buoys listeners out there that are loyal and want to get involved in stuff, this is something you're definitely going to want to get involved in. It's for a great cause. The mission behind it is epic, and you're going to want to do it. So you'll have to sign your boat up and get involved. I'll let you know when the page is live via a new video that I will put out on Facebook and YouTube and at sandcitycharter.com, like all the other videos. You could always stop by there and check out the latest and greatest news, just like we do here on the podcast. So, the water temp last week was 39 degrees. I can't imagine it's getting too much warmer. I have to reach out to Jacob. I mean, my work boat is in the water. We're giving that thing a test drive. It just got repowered and a whole lot of new electronics on it. This week, coming up, we'll have the first day of spring a week away from today. So, that's when I uncover the boat. And next week, the boat gets uncovered, and I already got the mechanic coming. It's either Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. He's coming by the house to tune it up, and I can't wait. We've been waiting all winter. It's finally here, guys, so it's not around the corner. I got guys that I'm talking to that already splashed down. I got friends of mine that already uncovered the boat because it was 60 degrees the other day. When it was 60 the other day, I went to the park, played some basketball with my kids, and just got out there and enjoyed the nice warm weather. It was nice to be out there in the sun. But I can't wait to be sitting on the boat again. I won't need a Bay Rats and Buoys backdrop. I'll be on the boat where I belong and doing the podcast from the boat. We do have a couple of great guests lined up. We got Adam from the Tuna Cartel. We got the East End Anglers. Tony Majaj trying to work out the day to get in here. And a whole bunch of others that I definitely can announce. And I will in the next episode. But it's really cool because now this time of the year, I want to get everybody down to the boat and do the podcast in the marina, especially with some of the local captains like Captain Mike from Cito. And we're going to answer all those questions that people have about, membership and all that other fun stuff. So hopefully we'll explain it to you in a way just like me and Mike did from Nautical School, who I was just talking to today, because people were saying that they didn't need a TWIC card. And this is true. You don't. There's a checkbox on when you renew, but you do need it to get your original captain's license. So you do need a TWIC card, and that's because they do the background check via the TWIC card. And after that, when you renew, there's a box you could check to not to renew without the TWIC card. So it's probably better not to have it with the new license that they send out. I showed it to you in that episode with Captain Mike from Nautical School. And it's a single page now. It's not that passport book, so you really don't have a nice little area to tuck your TWIC card in. But they did give you a sleeve that attaches that you can adhere to the new license. And I even showed it to Captain Mike from Nautical School. I'm like, where do I put this? Like, where does this go? You know, I folded it into fours, and I made it. It's still bigger than the passport. But they're saving lots of money by doing it that way. But they didn't give us any discounts. So they're just saving money. That's it. They didn't pass that discount along to us. They just got rid of a very, very, very old printer that was like an assembly line. So it was interesting to hear how they were made. I'll tell you that. That was pretty cool, how antiquated. But that does not surprise me. So, Bay Rats and Buoys has its first official tournament. It's exciting. It really is. And I can't wait to launch that video. I'll probably have that out next week before this podcast comes out on next Thursday on the first day of spring on March 20th. I'm sure I will have all the artwork and the PDF and all that fun stuff done. The PDF is finished. I'm really just waiting on the artwork and tweaking the logo a little bit and making it nice. And then I'll put that up and make the page live. We've been working on all of that stuff on the back end now. We'll make it live on the site in just a couple of days. I will announce on Facebook when it's live. You guys could check it out because I can't wait to share all the intel and the details to the tournament with you. It's actually very exciting. And there are some meetings I have next week, Monday and Tuesday, regarding some major sponsors and some major stuff that's happening in the tournament. And that's that. I mean, just like that, bam. So I've spoken to a few people this week that were like, yo, your energy is through the roof. It's crazy. You know, we love it. And, you know, you get me excited about certain things in the fishing business. And, you know, we're always trying to, I'm not reinventing myself, but the passion is there. And we're always trying to do bigger and better things and more stuff. And how can we help the fishing community and do better things and just make it a better place for us here as a whole. And, you know, this year the new law went into effect. Somebody just came into the office again today and said he's purchasing a wave runner. He's like, what's the course I got to take? And, January 1st, 2025, the Brianna law went into effect, and everybody has to take it says online, it says it takes 3 to 4 hours. So the guy that was in here last week in my office said it was going to take 8 hours. So I was like, how does it take 8 hours? So online it says it takes 3 to 4 hours to study and take the test. So that's everything in a nutshell. But yeah, he's getting a jet ski and a wave runner. He's got to get his get online and take that boating safety course. And my 12-year-old's going to take it. He's got to take it this year. So he wants to drive my boat. He's going to have to take the course. He's going to have to pass it all on his own. And let's see how that goes, 12 years old, that's pretty cool. You could drive a boat before you could drive a car. And the boat's getting tuned up. It's getting uncovered. It's going to the water the first week of April. And we start fishing right away. So the day we launch it, we get it in there. We take it out into the bay. We run it a little bit. And put it back in the slip. Get everything ready. Make sure everything's where it needs to be. Load it up. And make it that we can just come down to the boat, throw ice, drinks, whatever we got, carry it with us, put it on the boat, untie it, and get out of there. So we can't wait. I mean, we've been waiting all winter long, so I'm sure you guys are just as fired up as we are. And we got some really cool stuff planned with some of the listeners, Like, we're going to head west, see Manny. Manny, you're going to come east and see us. We're going to meet up at different spots. Frank, we'll see out there. Mike, we got a whole bunch of guys. And That's what makes doing the podcast so much fun, is the people that actually reach out to you and, let you know that they listen every week. There's guys in my marina. I'll walk down the marina and somebody's friend on a boat that's not even in my marina be like, yo, Gaige, what's up? I love the podcast. And, you would never know they listened to it until they said something. You wouldn't, There's no sign on them that says, I listen to your podcast. You don't know. So until somebody says something, you have no idea. So the opportunity is there for you guys to say something. And that's how we'll meet up out there. I mean, people are going to be looking for my boat. They're going to be looking for me. They said it to me at the show. And we'll meet up out there. I'll tell you where we're going. And vice versa. Intel is everything. But they're catching bass already. And the bunker in the Delaware River, and they're catching striped bass now on kayaks. So guys are out. Guys fish March. Once this weather turns and it's 50 degrees, guys get out there and catch the holdover fish that are here. And, now we could all follow the migration and see as the water temperature changes, the size of the fish that make their way, I like to say in our area, loads up in Raritan Bay and then it splits and it goes, north and south, across the island as they make their way. And past few years, it's just been epic for the start of the season. So I hope this year is no different. And I really can't wait to see what the water temperature is going to be when the boat's in the water. I can jump on the towboat and go check that out and, play with the new electronics we got. And see what the temperature is in my area right now. But when my boat's in the water, that's when I'm fishing, so that's when it really matters to me. That's when the water temperature, I like to keep it in the captain's log and know when we're catching our first fish and where we were at and what the depth was and what the temperature was. And, it helps us get on the fish every year. But again, it's fishing and it changes and it's never the same and things go in cycles. The bluefish going to be back this year. We didn't see a lot of those last year. This year it could be an epic year for bluefish. Could be. 2 or 3 years prior to it, it was insane. It was insane blue fishing. Gator blues all over the place, harassing fish right at my dock in the marina, just gorging on bunker. Last year, I didn't see a lot of bunker in my marina to throw the cast net at. None. No big schools of bunker hanging out in my marina. Did I see them out in the bay? Yes. Did I see football field sizes? Yes. I have some crazy videos. I can probably even put the video up here. I love showing you guys some of the B-roll because while I'm out there 7 days a week, I am filming everything. And that's another cool little category and a division in the tournament. So I really can't wait to break all the news to you guys. I really can. I'm bursting at the seams. But again, just got to finish and tweak a few things, and then I'm going to share it with you in a few days. So stay tuned for that. And what else we got going on? Other than the boat's really, there's a few things we got to tweak and do to it. The gear, I can't think of anything else. I've been going through all the gear, literally going through a closet full of, the bags and the boxes and everything, the crates that everything is put away. And I like to take everything off the boat. I am going to be traveling around a lot lighter in the springtime. I get out there with really what I need. I don't overdo it. You talk to me when I'm 30, 40 charters into the season, and everything on the boat is, we're ready for battle. There's nothing we don't have with us. But this time of the year, I like to travel a little lighter. Still have what I need to get the job done. But I got to say, this year, there's a good chance I do trim it down as far as, Corey, my first mate. There's no way he's bringing his backpack on the boat. There's going to be a ban of Corey's backpack from being on the boat. I mean, this thing's got to weigh 35, 40 pounds. I'm not even kidding. He brings every piece of equipment in this backpack that he has. It looks like he's going on an overnight hiking trip around the country. And we laugh, we laugh, man. We laugh about all this stuff, guys. We're a lot of fun. We get out there, it's all breaking balls and laughing. And if you're not breaking balls, then you don't love the guys you're hanging out with. I'll tell you that right now. And we break balls and break chops, so we're real good at it. And I don't think that's ever going to die down. I mean, the text messages even today, they're hysterical. Whether it's Captain Mike or Corey or any of the guys, the ball breaking never ends. And It's just part of the business. And it's in every business. I know it is. I know it happens in every office, every warehouse. Doesn't matter where you work, what you do. That's the camaraderie of going to an office and being in an office setting. You're not in your house. And man, can I say I get any less at the house? No. My kids break my chops all the time, 100%. They're at the age where breaking chops is what they do. Everything's a wisecrack. Everything has to be a wisecrack, and I can't get mad at it. I was the biggest wise ass on the planet in school. Are you kidding me? My yearbook, half the comments in there said you were the comedy section of the whole back corner of the class. We don't know what we would have done without you, And so I can't get mad at the kids. My parents told me, listen, they're going to do to you what you did to us. I said, I know. So there's nothing I can do about it. It's part of life. I'm prepared. And I'm just blessed that they love to get out there and go fishing and be on the boat. They're already talking about it. One of the teenagers here in the office today, he's like, I'm bringing my friends. I'm definitely coming on the boat. And, it's just great to see the younger generation that's into the fishing. Like the kids that came up to me from out east. And you guys got to comment on YouTube. Throw a comment up there so I can remember names. Because you know what? We did talk. We talked for a few minutes. You showed me the pictures on your phone. But it's nice to be able to call people out, with their names here. Just like Mike from the Huntington Anglers group. Can't wait to come there and talk to you guys. Especially with the tournament going on. I mean, man, the attention that it's getting already, and I haven't even, it's just in a private circle that knows about it. So it's pretty exciting. And I don't know. I always wanted to do it, and I'm the kind of guy that sits down and decides I'm going to do something. It's not hard to create stuff and make a website and a web page and advertise and market it. So owning a marketing company does help. So I kind of have an idea of the basics and rolling out a press release and all the fun things that we do on a normal day for other businesses. So it's easy to roll out for myself, and I really can't wait to share with you guys. But that's June 22nd, the Sunday after Father's Day. And I even looked up one of my most epic days was 10 days prior to that. So if we're off by a week with the weather and the water temp, the 22nd might be the most epic weekend of all. And with this format that we're doing, we definitely want an epic weekend for sure. It's going to be really cool. And it's kind of where competition meets conservation. You guys are going to love the idea. You're going to love the concept. And it's per boat. So you guys just sign up. You have a boat, you sign up, and you're out there and you're in. And I'll explain more and more. We already have a location for the captain's dinner, and I can't give away all these great details yet. But there's a lot in the works. There's a lot happening. It's very exciting, and I'm trying to get you guys, as much information as I can without, blowing the lid off and telling you a little bit about it to get you excited. Because trust me, there's not that many great, striped bass tournaments in our area on the North Shore, more or less out of Huntington Harbor, where this is originating, just like Bay Rats and Buoys. This thing originated in Huntington Harbor, and I love that. I love it. I'm from Northport, grew up, graduated Northport High School, went to Northport. And I love that we're doing this right here in my hometown and in the area. It's great. It's awesome. Nothing better. I was doing a production for National Dental, and there was a fridge in one of the rooms loaded with Diet Cokes. So I said to the guy that was in there working from the National Dental, I said, who drinks all the Diet Cokes? And he said, the owner. So when the owner walked in, I said, me and you got something in common. He's like, what's that? I'm like, Diet Coke. He laughed. And it's funny. He had the small ones in there too. And, I got to buy, I can't get the flats of these. I get them in the boxes, but I definitely need to get the flats like the cases I get at BJ's. So if you guys ever come down to the boat, we don't need beer. Diet Cokes will do. Diet Cokes, water, iced tea, any of that stuff. We don't care. So, 33 days, opening day. Bay Rats and Buoys hosting its first annual Striped Bass Invitational. Tony Maja, Adam from the Tuna Cartel, and the East End Anglers coming on. They'll be here the following weekend. So, yeah, that weekend, next week. They'll be here the following weekend. They jumped on at the boat show, and we had a great little 8-9 minute episode. I had an external mic as a backup, and something happened. I couldn't find the audio card out of the soundboard. I don't know whether it flew out the back or wherever it went. I couldn't find it at the Javits Center. With the table and all the stuff there, God knows where it disappeared. And even when we packed up, I still never found it. So things happen. Rods fall overboards, outrodders fall overboards, GoPros fall overboards, drones go in the water, rods, reels. It's just part of what we do. So you don't cry about it. And I wrote to them. I said, hey, guys, the audio, I can make the audio good from the external microphone. But, they were tall guys. We were in a 10-foot booth, and it's 1, 2, 3 across. Little tighter. I was set up for 2, me and a guest, and they had 2 people in there. So we had 3 on the podcast. And they're excited to come back in and do a whole episode, not a little 9-minute thing. They were in a rush to leave, catch a train. And we didn't have a ton of time. So I'm excited to have them back in. You guys are going to love them. They're awesome. And they're just as passionate about the fishing and the boating as I am. And when you sense that about people, it shows. You know that somebody's really into this. So you really got to be into this to take it to the level that we're doing stuff at as far as, chartering, podcasting, hosting tournaments. I mean, you got to be a lunatic. And that's it. That's really... Episode 22 in a nutshell. Last week, guys, I tell you, at the end of the day, I was exhausted. And it was Thursday, and I had to get the podcast out. I say I'm going to put it up by 6 o'clock every week. And usually I do it on Wednesday. And now this is the second week I'm doing it on a Thursday because we didn't record radio yesterday. We recorded radio today. And so schedules are changing. Like next week, I'm recording radio on Friday, so I'll be able to do my podcast on Wednesday, Thursday, hopefully get a couple of guests in next week, and put it up by 6 o'clock. But last week, I watch what I do. So I watch the episode. I always listen to it, try to improve on the content and different stuff, and, looking at the camera and mannerisms and playing with the Bay Rats and Buoys sticker, playing with the Diet Coke can, all these fun things that you see on the camera that you do while you're talking to people in the podcast. And I mean, I could have taken a nap last week. I was exhausted, so my energy wasn't exactly there. It was a good episode. It was, but I knew my energy level was I needed probably cappuccino and 2 coffees to get me going, and unfortunately I didn't do that. So sorry I was so tired last week. This week I'm fired up. I'm through the roof. I'm excited. I can't wait to put this podcast up, share a little bit about, because now it's official. You guys know about it. There's a Striped Bass Invitational going down at Huntington, and the details to it will be online any day now. I'm going to put it up live, so you guys are hearing it. So if you listen to the podcast, you're the first to know about it. I'm sharing it with you. And then the video that I make over the next few days that I put out on Facebook and YouTube and SandCityCharter.com will be more of a commercial for the Striped Bass Invitational for the tournament. And I'll give you all the details, and it'll all be on the website. You'll be able to click on the tournament page. That page will be live. I'm going to make it live in the next few days. So, again, just tweaking some stuff and finishing touches, dotting our I's and crossing the T's. This way, when it goes up, there's nothing to fix and no mistakes, and it's up and it's done. That's how I like to do stuff. So, sharing it with you. I love sharing it with you. I love hearing all the feedback from you guys. I can't wait to be fishing with some of you. Manny, you got to come out and fish with us. Frank, you too. And a whole bunch of the other guys that we met. I'm just not dropping everybody's name. Because again, guys, I come down, I'm in the studio, and I'm like, all right, it's 4 o'clock. Let me bang out the podcast, sit down in front of the camera. I don't write down any notes. I don't write down any stuff. This is raw and unscripted. And that's why I love sitting in the sun, being on the boat, and doing it there in the elements. The seagulls are flying over. There were times I'm worried about I'm going to get shit on because they're all landing on the post because people are in the area filleting and cutting fish and throwing. I hear the seagulls going crazy, and I'm like, oh, it's going to sound horrible on the mic, and it didn't. You know, it's good background noise being in the marina. And then you get the Googans that go by way faster than they should, especially towards the end of the season when, all the boats are getting taken out. I could go full throttle, or even worse when they're going like 10, 12, 15 with the back of the boat is just sitting down and they're creating a huge wake. And all the boats in the marina are bouncing around. Christian, you saw it on the video. You did it to me. You got me. I was recording. It's proof. It's there. Can't wait to see Christian and the boys down at the marina. Frank and Chris and Big Joe, he dropped off his anchor to the shop down there. He's like, yo, I need you to hook up my anchor in the road and do the little twist thing that you do and make it so it fits. And so I already got a project sitting down there at the marina. I got to head down there and do that for you, buddy. And I saw John, who's got his boat next to our towboat at the marina. He's got a beautiful Scout, and I saw him at the boat show. He said he's in for the tournament. And so far, everybody that I spoke to said they're in, but it's not like I needed that to happen for me to even want to do it. I was just testing the waters to see what kind of reaction we were going to get from people. But then when the big sponsors stepped up and said, hey, listen, I wanted to do something small and private. It's no longer small and private. It's going to blow up. It's going to be a big deal. And the message behind it, the marketing behind it, I think we're really going to be able to make a difference, and it's going to take off. I really think that the responses I'm getting from people now is it's overwhelming. It is. It's really cool. And so far, I haven't heard a no. Not for people that are going to sign up. You got to sign up. It's per boat. You sign up. If I get 10, 20 people, we're thrilled. We're not doing it for the money. We're doing it because we want to create a Bay Rats and Buoys podcast, Striped Bass Invitational. We're going to create a tournament. So we're not looking to be this giant wick bluefish tournament, the greatest tournament in the world. No, not at all. We wanted to start off small, local, do something cool. But I see where it's going and the potential that it has. So I'm really excited to see what your response is to it and how many people do sign up, because there is a limit to what we're going to be giving away in the beginning for the initial people that do sign up. The sponsors are fantastic. They're unbelievable so far. So in the video, I'll be able to share with you who some of those sponsors are and what's going on. But in the meantime, guys, let's get these boats uncovered. Let's get them de-winterized and, get the fluids changed. Get those lower units off. Get those water pumps on. I change that every year. So there are certain things I do every year, even if it's not a necessity. It didn't have to break for me to do it. It's just something I do every year. It's not expensive, and it's something I don't want to go while I'm out there. So I'd rather just put a new one on and hopefully not have to worry about the new one being a defective one, which is always a possibility in anything. It's a boat, nothing you can do. So that's been pretty good. So let's knock on wood. The wood I have here is my head right now. So boat's getting uncovered. Can't wait. Next time you guys hear from me, it's going to be springtime, and we are so close. You guys that are out there fishing right now, I'm totally jealous, but I'm a week away from uncovering it, getting it ready, and then I feel like that's it. Now I'm like, once the boat's uncovered, I feel like now this is the time of the year we're waiting for. We're going to pull it down to the marina in a week or two, and we'll be back out there. So the winter wait is over, guys. Super excited. Hopefully you come join us for the Bay Rats and Buoys first annual Striped Bass Invitational going down Sunday, June 22nd. And until next time, Captain Gaige, Bay Rats and Buoys, signing off. I'll see you guys next week.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Bay Rats and Buoys. Be sure to visit sandcitycharter.com. And follow Captain Gaige on all our social media channels.